Oh, yeah. What's going on, everyone? Welcome in. How's it going? It's Mikey Wine here, aka Gundamonium Works, and that's what you know me by, right? We're live. And Julius, first one in, hump day. He says, happy hump day, everybody. Welcome in. Uh, the new year, new project. Last week finished up the LFA, and I actually gifted that to a friend of mine this last weekend, and so I'm going to start a commission project, a little Warhammer meets Dead Space commission, but I won't be doing any of that on camera, so I'm going to start something else. And let's go down here and we'll show you what it is. So get down here, we're going to build the Dougram. Dougram. I don't know how to say it. This is a Max Factory kit, 172 scale. Pretty cool. Comes in 4 different color runners. So lots of little runners with this. And also, let's go down here and get a little closer because there's something kind of unique with this kit. It's kind of cool. All of the canopies, there's 3 different versions that you have with it, and one of them is actually pre-painted. Let's see if you can see that on the back of my hand. There you go. So the frame on that is pre-painted. There's also, I think that's the back lens, or maybe that's the front lens, but either way, kind of a nice little feature. You got the options there if you wanted to paint it a different color, or you can just use the one that you got. So let's get cracking into it. We've got a nice little decal sheet here, water slides, 3 actual polycap runners, and then, like I said, there's a bunch of little ones like these. They're this size. They're just a bunch of tiny ones with various pieces. Like I think they're just broken down into sections, like for legs, arms, stuff like that. Anyhow, how's everybody doing? Going, what up, Angel? Angel's in the house as well. So, how's everybody's week going so far? I'm still recovering from the weekend. Oh man, I'm back on the Saturday schedule, so I had to work. Had Monday off, but I got to work Saturday. Had to work this Tuesday and today. So let's see who's that. Nobody chiming in. I'm just watching my phone. And Nick just jumped in. What's going on, Nick? For those of you all watching on YouTube, seems to be where everybody joins in. That's fine. That's totally fine. So anyway, looks like we're starting with the cockpit, or the head, essentially. For this, the Dougram is I'll bring the box top down here. Hopefully not knock anything over. I knocked my whole camera assembly off the magnet, and I had to readjust everything. So it's a little bit easier to see maybe this way. But it's a pretty cool little kit, old school looking, heavy duty mech. It's got some good possibilities for maybe some scribing on like these shoulders. Do some panel, some color separation or something. So I don't know. We'll see. Haven't decided on a color yet, color scheme, whether I'm going to change it up, excuse me, or just continue building it out of box like the way it looks on the screen. So you got me multitasking. What do I got you multitasking? What are you doing? You're watching me and doing what? Playing Call of Duty or something? So we're starting out with the cockpit and this little pilot figure here. It's actually very detailed. I'm quite impressed with this. Being 172 scale, it's still pretty small, but get some really good facial features there. Let me see if I can even get that to focus in for you guys. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. It's not just kind of an expressionless face. It's got some decent details. Angel says, oh no, Julia says, listening as I'm walking the dog tonight. I always do this in the wrong spot. That's all right, man. You can listen. That's what I do with George's live streams. A lot of times I'm listening to it on the way into work while I'm driving. Not watching, of course. That's not very safe, but if you have the option to do that. So first step in, we've already gotten rid of one runner. We're hitting the ground running. some mold lines on this that will have to be addressed, but that's pretty safe to say with something this small. And what's Angel doing? He says he's multitasking. I'm curious though, what's the other thing that you're doing that's so important? I mean, at least Julius is walking a dog. What are you doing? I mean, he could be playing with his dog, the dog too. Angel could be. Big Rottweiler wanting attention. So, Angel, I sent you 2 videos a minute ago. Watch those in order. Won't go into it on here about what it is because it's. But just been doing some research on a couple things, and I think it's pretty good information there. So I'm missing my 400. There it is. Doesn't look like there's too much of a seam here. Looks like this guy's just basically no helmet on, just wearing a headband. I'm not familiar with this series, the anime or anything like that, or the characters, so I don't know. I'm just going to have to use the pictures provided with the model kit in order to see how the pilot should be painted. I mean, it even looks like he's wearing shorts, which I think is kind of funny. Yeah, it does. Look like he's wearing shorts. And I don't think they're really dressed like they're in a military capacity. But we're going to see. Hopefully this kit is a snappable kit. I think they're pretty comparable to like Bandai Construction, so at least most of the experience that I've had with Max Factory kits. I've had this for a couple of years, I think. I don't even remember where I picked it up. It might have been one of those, like an event purchase or something that I picked up at a competition or something, some of the vendors. So, Angel, what are you doing? Are you multitasking? What are you doing? Or are you too busy with the controller? Right now you can't even type a message response to me. Whatever, man. It's all good. Enjoy your game. I don't care. All right, so it looks like we're already digging into these polycaps for part of this cockpit. And I gotta do letter E, PC2 Edward. There it is. It's kind of it's not round. It's like almost like a rounded box shape, but nonetheless. All right. Oh gosh, already? No, there's no way I'm doing that yet. Already they want you to put a decal on this. I will be hopefully taking this apart. I'm not going to do the decals in the cockpit because obviously I haven't painted anything. So I'll be disassembling it later. We're going to just try to snap it today. And however many weeks it takes, I'm going to do that commission. I just want to be able to concentrate on that without having to try to do the live stream while I'm painting a mini. I might do some of it. I got to get through the cleaning process first. I wasn't feeling well this weekend, so didn't do a whole lot. So I want to get to the point where I can clean it, make sure it's dry, prime it, and then start painting it. And then when it comes to maybe doing the details, not just the base color stuff, then maybe I can do that on camera for sure. So far, from what I can see, there's some decent molds. They're not No amount of flash or anything like that. So decent quality mold. Had some issues with Max Factory stuff, early Max Factory stuff, but I think the newer stuff is getting better. So I need that, and then the G20. A10, A9. There's quite a few small pieces going in already. All right, so there's 9 and 10. Yeah, 5 in. So anybody here chiming in on Facebook or Twitch, go ahead and throw a comment in there. Let's see where you're. Show us where you're watching from. All right, I need G. Where did I put the G runner? There it is. Okay, so G is like this grayish. It has a little bit of a green tinge to it, but it's very gray. This is the actual console. That's all she wrote for that. Trying to just cut off a bunch of pieces, and that way I can clean them all at once. J. I need a J runner. Where's the J runner? What is? Oh, is that? No. Or is that L? Well, I guess that is J. Okay, so it's a glass piece. I was looking for something else. There's actually a glass piece in this cockpit. Okay, I think it looks like maybe an over top of the head, like a sensor lens or something like that. Don't do well with tiny pieces, man. I got these big old sausage fingers. Yeah, I think that's what that is. It's like a sensor. Let's see if I can. Trying to get that nub off the top. There we go. There's one on the bottom as well. I don't know how guys do it. A small scale all the time. It's so hard. Oops, I missed the. I gotta get the seat here. G3. There's the cockpit seat. And hopefully by next week I'll have, like I said, I'll have everything primed on that little figure. Hopefully, I think I'm going to do it in a black primer. That way I can use that kind of as I think it's a good base, especially for a metallic color. Have a black primer. That way the highlights will look really nice, I think, with a black base. But like I said, next week we'll hopefully be to that point. I'm going to try to make sure I clean it and prime it before the weekend. But we'll see. See if any these little life challenge, if life gets in the way this week, we'll see. But for now, just trimming all these pieces down, and I'll sand them all at once. They do have some pretty large nibs on some of these. It's like some of them they took the time to make a nice small injection point, and then other ones are just like this massive blob. But at least it looks like the mold, the finished mold, you know, the part you want is really nice looking. So, all right. Angel still hasn't responded as to what he's doing as far as multitasking. I'm curious to know. Unless he's watching the videos I sent him. Maybe he's doing that. And watching this at the same time. All right. So Nick, you still here? How's it going down there in Texas? I hear it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold everywhere. But I think we got down to, at one point I was driving, and I think it was down to, I want to say 28, but it might have been 18. There was I think it was 28. I was going to say there was an 8 in there somewhere, but I don't think it quite got down to that crazy low temp, but it was still below freezing. There's no moisture in the air. There's no snow or anything. It's just tiny little dusting of ice crystals and just cold and dry. Yeah, snow is gone now. Oh, okay, that's good. I mean, my wife loves the snow. She doesn't want to be out in it. She just likes it, you know. But for me, it's like I like it too. But I'm the one that's got to drive in it. I just prefer not to have to drive in it because it's not myself I'm worried about. It's other cars being stupid, going too fast when it's slushy conditions, stuff like that. Julius, you're back east, right? I think you said you're in New York. Or did I get that totally wrong? Am I thinking of somebody else? All right. So I almost got all the pieces prepped here for this first step, this cockpit step. We'll find out right away if this is going to be something that'll snap together easily or it's going to require a bunch of glue. We're going to find out. That's a bad place for a mold line. There's some raised details like little rivets on the side of this, which I think is the sensor where that clear piece is going to go, and there's a freaking mold line right down the center. I think we'll have to use a file for this. Northern Cal. Oh gosh, when did I think you were in New York? Still pretty cold there though. Are you getting any smoke from the fires? Or is it still all going out to sea basically? As you know, I grew up in Dana Point, South Orange County, so no stranger to smoke and the fires and stuff that, California always seems like it's on fire at least 3 or 4 times a year. This was just an exceptionally bad situation. What do I got going on? Oh, you sent me a video too? What are you sending me, Angel? I'll have to look at that later. Okay, let's see if this pilot is going to sit here. It doesn't look like there's no pin or anything, so the pilot just kind of sits there. So for the time being, I'm just going to put him in the seat because I'm not going to glue him in. I got to paint him first and everything like that. So, oh man, my housekeepers are a little too efficient. They always take my trash out, even though it's not full. And so I went over to throw these nuds away, and my trash bag is empty. They took the bag but didn't put another one in it. So what I'm going to do, I'll just put the empty box half down there. That way I can toss them in there. No smoke. It was 26 degrees Tuesday morning. Yeah, seems like that everywhere. It's just getting freaking cold. All right. Let's see if I can figure this out. There's a nice color. The instructions are nice in color, but the pictures of the parts are a little bit obscure. Not really, but still kind of just trying to. All right. And then this cockpit piece. What the hell? It doesn't even look the same. Oh, there it is. Interesting that they did it that way. Okay, so this has got to go, from what I can tell, goes on that little peg. It does not want to stay. So I'm already seeing issues with this kit. I can see that they've got a little side view here, which is nice. They show you the assembly, but then show you the positioning where everything's supposed to go. And already this console doesn't fit right. So remember I was talking about the mold quality? Already having issues. Step 1. So it's almost like this. It's like a slot and it's a flat little tab that goes into a slot here. So see, it kind of looks like an H right there. This long part is like an H. Well, there's supposed to be a flat tab that goes in to that, and it's like the pressure fit. When I press it on there, it just wants to shoot it right off. Like it won't hold. Like that tab is too thick, and it's just causing this to jump right off. Let me see if the other side works. Well, that side fit. No, not really. Kind of did the same thing. It fit on there until I let go, and then it pushed its way right off. Yeah, well, that's kind of disappointing. I might just try to take a chisel and clean up this groove. So I think it kind of tapers down, and so as you press it on there, it's just kind of squeezing that piece right back off. It's about 1 millimeter. Let's see what a 1 mil looks like. Yeah, it's about 1, but I'm going to have to probably go just slightly higher. 1.2. It might be too much. I might have to stick with the one. Housekeeper. I'm the one who takes the trash out. Well, I usually do my own too. They come every other Wednesday, and they really just do the stuff that we can't do because we're old. We can't clean a bathtub because you're just hunched over, and my back won't do it, and my wife's back and stuff. We're just pay them to come in and dust and vacuum, and they're in and out really quick. But sometimes they don't even touch my stuff, and then other times I come back like today and take my trash bag, and there wasn't much in there. It's like, oh, you don't have to take it out just because there's a bag there. Gosh, I am really fighting. All right, so that's better. I ran that chisel down in there. You see how it works on this side. It actually cleaned up that groove, so it's not quite as not pushing it off like it was before. I may still have to do this side. It is better. Yeah, now it's staying there. So I just took the 1 mil chisel and went down that groove, like right in here, and just cleaned up any. It just must have been a defect in the mold a little bit, so it wouldn't stay on there. This little polycap looks like it's supposed to go straight up and down. Now that I put that console piece in there, I can't get this back in. Isn't that polycap? All right, now you're pissing me off. It's not supposed to be this hard, but you never know. Sometimes you get a kit like this, and it's from a company that is, low production, third party other than like Bandai. It's non-Bandai kit. I mean, there's other kit manufacturers out there that are really, really, really good. This one is just, so far, I'm not overly impressed by this. There's another piece I missed cutting out. G8. Wait a minute now. Oh, what the hell? Wait a minute. I'm gonna translate this because it looks like there's two options here, and I think this is the one I need to be doing because that's the piece I have. So G20, G6. Did I cut out the wrong one? Oh. So I did. There's an option. Let me see. Let's see what that Google translates to. Let's see what it says here. Oh. Now I see what you sent me. So let me bring up translate here. And we'll see what that says. Movable, fixed type. Okay. So one is movable and the other one's fixed. I don't know which one I would need. All right. Well, I'm using that one, so there's supposed to be well, that doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, even the cockpit pieces are different. So, well, wait a minute. Okay, hold the phone here. I'm trying to figure this out because they're showing. Oh. Well, what does that mean? It's giving me options, but I guess if I use the other kind, I don't use this polycap. That's why I didn't want to fit right. No, I don't get it. Let's figure this out real quick. This is interesting because it's showing the same piece, but two different configurations. But what do I need? If I use that, then I gotta take this off. Oh boy. All right, well, let me just assemble both and let's figure out which one I want to use. So G8. Rather than boring everybody with this commentary trying to figure out what's going on. Didn't realize there was options with which console you're going to use. I don't even know what the difference is, other than just different pieces. I don't know what the final result is going to be with depending on which one I use. Let's see how this one fits. This is that other console piece, but let me just see if it fits any better on this slot. Yeah, I guess it does. But that one's made for this polycap. I think I'm going to try the other one. All right, so let's get rid of that. We'll try this one. There's two sets of pieces for this. This one takes the place of that polycap out of the way. Okay, well, definitely a snap fit because it fits pretty tightly together. All right, so that goes in just like that there. Boy, that took only 35 minutes. Good Lord. Okay. I need to wet my whistle a little bit. All right, so put the seat back in. I think I can drop the pilot back in there once I get the rest of this stuff. He's sending me messages. Are you listening to me, Angel, or are you watching? You just watching videos and sending me videos. That's funny. All right, now let's see how this position of this glass piece. Okay, so I'm gonna need to translate every now and then just to see what side view. That's all that says. Okay. It looks like so much more complicated, and then you translate it, and it's like install this way, All right, so the glass lens goes in there. Then this piece sandwiches that in. There's definitely going to have to be some glue there. And a small seam to fix. All right, so would appear that it goes that way. Yeah. All right. All right, I'm going to try to fit this together now. And then see if I can't God damn thing. Yeah, this is going to be one of those things that you're just going to have to glue it because it fits tightly, but trying to get these together to hold all at the same time is just, there we go. Just get my finger on it and it popped right off. I'm telling you, we're just going to move on. All right, so let's stuff the pilot down there. Get in your seat. Get in there. There we go. Okay, at least he's in there. Or she. I can't tell. I'll worry about the console later when I paint it and glue it together. For the time being, I'm going to keep trying to move forward here. So far, not impressed by the fit of this. At least some of the smaller parts. We'll see what it's like when we get some larger stuff. All right. So we got that together. Cockpit's in there, and we can turn the page. All right. No more cockpit stuff. Okay, so we're not done with you yet. Now, what is with these? Why does it show these? It's like they show these polycaps like they're glowing. But I don't understand. I don't know if that's just their way of displaying that they're a rubber piece or something, but PC1B. So I need 2 of those. PC1 Baker. But I guess that's part of this hobby, right? It's like sometimes you don't always get a kit that is going to just, be awesome. Sometimes you got to fight with some stuff and you got to fix stuff. PC1I. 2 of these to cut out. Other side. Pop. What's up? Oddmeister, how you doing, man? Welcome in. What's up with you? What kit is that? It is the Max Factory 172 Dougram. I know it's upside down for you guys right now because I'm looking at the instructions, but Dougram. I don't know how you pronounce that necessarily, but that's what it is. I think I'm going to let this pilot, unless he comes out. I guess he won't come out very easily. So he can stay in there. He's going to rattle around a little bit, but he'll stay in there. We'll start seeing if the rest of these pieces fit any better. So far, not the best. Polycaps just fell right out, didn't it? Yep. So they fit pretty loosely. All right, I'm going to have to kind of hold everything together while I put these side pieces on. I need one more for the back. That's this A19 pop. Why do you say pop? Are you answering me? When I asked you what you were doing, it was multitasking, Angel? I don't know. This is from the model kit manufacturer Max Factory. It's in 172 scale. First appearances, it seemed like might be really, really nice, but so far the fit has been kind of questionable early on. So, Angel, did you watch those 2 videos I sent you? Oh, Pop went the polycap. Well, actually, it just kind of sat there. Didn't really do much. It just fell because there's nothing to hold it in. All right, so this piece goes on the back. At least that's going to hold these 2 cockpit halves together. Well, that's a decent fit right there. As long as I keep my fingers on the 2 polygons. And yes, good. Good news, huh? Sounds like good news, doesn't it? I'm going to keep researching. I know those are a year or 2 old, but I'm going to make sure they're up to date. If I have to, I'll reach out to him personally and ask, shoot him an email or something like that. Okay, let's see here. Those in. Now I got to put some more pieces on the sides. So 13, 14. All right. Now it looks like we got some, I don't know, some missile launchers or some kind of tubes that are going to go on the side of this. These have got little exhaust. Looks like thruster bells kind of on the back. It might be for I don't know. I was thinking like a escape pod kind of thing, but once I get the whole thing together, it'll probably be a little more clear. Yes, nice. I called security today. They do not. Talking to Angel here. I called security today. They do not have that service in their facility. As far as serials go, nor does West Coast. They do not either. So, but knowing that it's not necessarily a requirement makes it at least less stressful, I think. All right, so let's put these on here. These go right on the side here. Boy, the fit on this, man. This is okay. There we go. I was gonna say there was like a gap, almost like I would have to hold it together with a clamp, but I think it was just because I didn't have those 2 halves fully seated. These polycaps keep falling out, so I'm trying to get these on so the polycap will stay in there. There we go. That's one. The other side. So that fit relatively tight. That's nice. And then those little tubes will go on the side. Those will be adjustable as far as angles. But yeah, so far not entirely impressed. This is not the cleanest looking kit. So I don't know if you're going to see this part. I don't think you are. It looks like this will be covered up with the chest, but there's a nasty seam going down the middle, especially back right here where the sensor is. Ugly seam that's got to be addressed. Like right there, you can see that right dead center, right underneath, and then you've got this sensor that kind of sticks up, so you got to somehow clean up that seam while also sanding it underneath that ridge. You can see that right underneath this. There's anyway. Yeah, we're going to find out real quick. Okay, so now we're getting to the part I was talking about at the beginning of the show where I was talking about the canopies. There's the pre-painted ones. You've got like 3 different options, it looks like. J9, J3, or this one, or the pre-painted. You can see the ones here that are pre-painted. I will probably just cut these out and use these just for the sake of having the color on there already. I've always got the option to mask the other ones off and paint those later. But let me do another translate here real quick. I can kind of see. Let's see. Fixed canopy assembly. Assembly movable canopy. Oh, okay. Hatch open, hatch closed. So it looks like you've got, you got options as far as you want open or closed canopy. Maybe that's why they have so many different pieces. Yikes. Is that because, Oddmeister, is that because of the fit issues I'm having already? Yeah, not exactly happy by that, but it is what it is. So far, I mean, it's nothing that's too terrible that I can't fix, but more of an annoying kind of nuisance. So let me cut out these 2. Let's see, H, that's here. So there's these 2 little, it's like missile tubes on the sides. Gosh, some of these gates are just massive compared to the size of the part. And it's like they got a little tiny gate on top, but 2 huge gates on the sides. I mean, this is like reminiscent of like a Chinese knockoff. Like a Bandai kit that recast the original runners and just, or recast the runners from like some other first party kit and just released this ugly ass runners with massive gates. Damn, that's on a rounded part too. There's just no easy way to clean this off. This is this huge nub, and then I've got to try to sand it to a round. Yeah, well, that seam line. Yeah, seam lines are one thing. Then you got mold lines on top of it. So there's not only just the seams, but some of the mold lines are just trying to take off a majority of this nib without cutting too much of the material away, so I can sand it down. There we go. Not too bad. Brian, what is up? Fang of the Sun. Is that what this is supposed to be? I'm not familiar with the Dougram kits or the anime or anything, so please tell me, educate me. But so far, I am not too impressed by the mold quality and the fit. Everything is kind of being temperamental. So how you doing, Brian? I was talking about you the last couple shows, because you're the one that recommended those Zona polishing cloths, that wet dry sanding cloth for doing the paint finishing work on the Lexus LFA, and I got to tell you, those things were amazing. It's a really good recommendation. So yeah, very, very pleased with that. Thank you. That's the name of the series, Fang of the Sun Dougram. Oh, okay. It's funny how these designs, though, almost appear in different things. Like you look at the old Revell Robotech Changers line, and they always had the Robotech Defenders, and it was the Dougrams, or this type of Mac. mecca, It's like everybody was copying designs or borrowing designs from everybody else. It's just the only person that held on to any of their licenses was Harmony Gold. And we all know how that worked out. You have one from Max Factory? Well, yeah, this is a Max Factory kit. And so just give you a heads up. It's not that great right now. Like, so once I get past this cockpit, we'll see how the limbs, like the arms and legs and stuff, start to fit. But so far, this thing is just kind of crap the way it's fitting together. I'll shove these in on these go on the sides of the cockpit here. All right, so you can see that there. Both sides. All right, next up, canopy. So I think I'm going to use the pre-colored one, which I guess is supposed to be, I don't remember my translator, what it said earlier. One of these is, this is open and this is closed. Oh, I guess you can just do it either way. You can have it open or closed. Oh, okay, so I see. Yeah, this whole piece is missing. So you either glue it in. See, the pre-painted one, you've got this panel missing, and then you've got this piece over here that would fit right in there. So you can do it. You can have it standing straight up or closed, and then they actually give you a clear closed and a clear open. So you've got 3 different options as far as which canopy you want to use and what configuration, whether you want to have it open or closed. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave that other piece off because I'm not going to be able to do much with it. It'll have to be glued. So rather than cut it off the runner right now, I think I'll leave it there and just worry about this piece. Mine is the Bigfoot variant. It has a round canopy. Oh, yeah, the big bulbous. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it almost looks like a bug, if I'm not mistaken, right? That big round glass panels. The only bummer about this is in order to get these nubs off, you've got to basically sand off the paint. So either way, you're going to have to probably repaint this. They could have used an undergate. I mean, that would have made more sense. If they undergated it, then it wouldn't be messing with the finish of the frame, the window frame. Because right now there's 2 big blank spots now where the nubs were. So, well, all right, so this goes. Okay, wait a minute. I see this. Oh, wow. I couldn't get this cockpit piece to stay in there because it kept popping out because of the fit. But now, if I don't have that in there, this canopy won't stay because there's nothing to hold on to it. Is that supposed to go in there? Okay, so no. I think now I'm starting to see what the difference is here. So you have to have the polycap version for the blue painted canopy because of the slot here, or the piece that holds that. This is going to be for this one because it's a flat tab and that fits. Yeah, okay. So that's the open canopy. So I have to put this piece in there, this poly cap in there. That's what's supposed to hold this glass piece on. So let me see if I can spread this just a little bit. Pilot flew out. Bigfoot variant. Oh. You snapped it together with no issues. Okay, well, good on you. I mean, it's not terrible. It just seems like, why are some of these pieces fitting snugly and then other ones are just, being stupid. So I was able to finagle that poly cap in there. So now at least I can put this on. Let me see if my pilot will get back down in there. Yeah, get in there. So I'm going to okay, so there we go. So that fits on there like that. That's a pretty decent fit. So now this canopy will actually open. See that? Closed. And then you've got the top piece. So you can have the top vent open or the whole thing open. All right, so that wasn't so bad. I forgot to put these on though. These are these other little poly caps that go on the side. This is the only Max Factory kit that I have, but of the Dougram series. So it depends on how this one turns out as to whether or not I will be interested in buying more. But for now, Mikey has scruples. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. You don't expect to run into little fidgety problems on the very first step of the kit, as you're trying to put it together. It can make you want to throw it in the, just throw it against the wall. Perhaps. All right, so I need A1 and A2. I have scruples. It's not a bad thing. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. Okay, so PC2C. I need this big boy right here. This big fat polycap receiver. Yeah, it's pretty much a decent, snap fit so far. If I can just get the seams for line up. A little bit of a seam that's going to have to be addressed here on either side of this. But for the time being, we'll just sand it. So there's a hockey game on, Angel. I think it's Kings in Florida. Florida Panthers, maybe. I don't know. Just saw it pop up on my phone there a second. We'll do all these seams properly when we paint this thing, but for now, All right, so following the next step here, it looks like we got more of the torso going together. We got another polycap. There's quite a few. G, yep. Seems like almost every step has some kind of polycap going in. All right. D5 and 6. Let's see, that's right here. I mean, it has the potential with some nice color separation with these runners that it'll look really nice, but I just want it to go together. I mean, I had the very first Max Factory kit that I have any experience with was the 120 scale Gerwalk, Macross Gerwalk. And that had some really bad mold issues. I mean, like mold defects. Something you'd see in like a garage kit, resin garage kit or something, but wouldn't expect it in a injection mold, plastic injection mold. But yeah, it was bad. So I had to do some scratch building, some repairs with. There was one really bad mold defect on one of the boosters, one of the fast packs I had to fix. I literally cut a piece out and just fabricated a new section to join it back together. All right, so this polycap goes in the back right there. And then I think this goes this way. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But it doesn't. Well, does it go there or does it go here? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Huh. Wow. That is a misprint. So I'm looking at this. Okay. That's crazy that this is actually, I actually have to show this, but there's a total, this is why I was having trouble fitting these pieces together. I'm going to bring this up so you can see it. Okay. So if you look at, let me see if I get something to point with here in my tweezers. Okay. If you look at this right here, this has this large round peg. It looks like it shows the arrow going through this lower portion here, when in fact it has to go up here. The smaller peg here is what goes through the middle of that piece. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the way they have it described, it's like down here. This has to go up here in that slot. Wow. And you guys said you put yours together without issue. I'm just like kind of amazed with what I'm finding on this so far. Yeah, see, that's exactly the way that's supposed to fit. It doesn't fit terribly tight. Still a pretty decent seam line down the sides of this torso too. Wow. And not only that, there's a gap Look at the lower section. See that gap? I can push it together, maybe get it to hold. The top half, this portion closes fine, but you see the gap left behind there on the bottom? Damn. It's a crying shame. Come on, Max. What are you doing? Now, I am just snapping this, but I mean, think about, I'm going to have to probably just clamp this down and then mask it. It's the only way I'm going to be able to paint these properly and fix all these seams. They're just ridiculous. Damn. Yeah, it's pretty good there, but the bottom one it's got to be filled. And then this side, the two halves are just overlapping, so it's creating another huge seam. That's better. And I guess it goes together if you squeeze the bottom. It just kind of comes apart. But it looks like it won't take much to clamp that nicely and keep it together. Okay. Next up is this piece in the chest here. So it looks like the chest vents and that. So I need number 15 here. $7.08. Still got about 20 minutes. Again, some rather large gates. All right. Okay, let's see. 11 and 12. Just cruising through this runner pretty quickly. This A runner. That's 12. That one goes, okay. I like to keep these left and right parts separated, as far as which side they go to, so I don't have to worry about trying to figure that part out. So 5 and 6 on the eye runner, which is the orange. So this is the last of the different colors. We got like a kind of a grayish white. Then you have a blue, that grayish green, and then this orange. So at least there's decent color separation right out of the box, but in first impressions, I'm not going to go out and rush out and buy another one of these. That's for sure. So, Brian, how, if you're still in the room, how's the temperature where you're at? It's here. It's pretty damn cold on the East Coast. I mean, it's cold here too, but we're pretty. Excuse me. We're pretty high up on the globe, so we get a decent amount of chill too right now. But I hear it's really cold back east, especially like you're in New Jersey, so. That was my wife sneezing, just in case you were wondering. Pretty sure you probably heard that one on camera too. Wouldn't be the first. Thank you. Thank you, Oddmeister. Was that for me or for my wife? Which one? I have to say for her probably because she's the one that's done both. Huh? Well, thank you. I'll pass on the message to her. So it's funny because I'm upstairs, she's downstairs, but right at the bottom of the stairs is the living room, and that's where she's located. So everything kind of just funnels up the stairs. All right, let me clean these up. Cold as a witch's teat when she's laying face down in the snow with a brass bra on. Oh, Iowa. You're from Iowa? Wow. Yeah, so I guess you would be used to the cold, huh? Yeah, I don't mind the cold. I don't like being cold, but I had a taste of it last weekend. Because we were in Idaho, and it got down into the low teens there. It was pretty cold in the morning. But I don't think it's as cold as what you guys are dealing with. That's crazy. So when you say cold as a witch's teat, what are we talking about? 0, below 0? 1, 2, 3, Fahrenheit, on the Fahrenheit scale, I mean. All right. So these pieces, they got a nice little keyway in the back, so I should be able to fit them together quite nicely. I think that's, I guess that's the way that's supposed to go. Well, that does not, there is no, I guess it does. Didn't feel like there was any kind of a tension there, like the piece just kind of fell in. There's a little bit of tension there, so it'll hold. All right, so first we're supposed to put this on here first, according to the instructions. All right. Right now, it's not bad. 13. It feels like 4. Wow. It's still pretty damn cold, man. Okay, so these just cut. Whoop. See there again. There's another one. They're supposed to fit on. It's got a little hook that fits over the top of this. You press it down and it's fine. Then all of a sudden, it's like it doesn't fit perfect. So the tension makes it just blow right back off. And the same problem with that console in the cockpit. I would press it on there, and as soon as I touched it, the tension would just pop it right back off. Like it wasn't a proper fit. It was like squeezing like a wedge. So when you press the piece on, it just wants to force it right back off. And that's kind of what just happened just now with that vent. It just blew right off. I actually don't like the way that. I'll take these off for a sec. There's a part of that gate like wrapped around the corner on this. So when I cut the gate off and sanded it on the bottom, there's still a small nub in the front. That I could see, and I just don't like it. All right, that's better. All right, let's put these back on, and hopefully they stay on. Jeez. Ugh. Stupid. Press it on there, and if you let go, if you just bump it just right, it just shoots right back off because of the damn tension. Now the other side popped out. You see that? I mean, it's not just me, guys. Now, if I don't touch it, it should be fine, right? Right. All right. Set that aside because we're going to move on to something else. Let me get these nubs out of the way. Got a nice rainbow of nubs. Down there about 10 more minutes. Okay. So we need A17. I'm going to flip this one over. It looks like work on the bottom of it. G 17 and 18. 17 goes on the left. 18 on the right. Again, pretty large gates. And then a couple of polycaps as well. There's an A and B, so there is a left and a right to this. Huh, interesting. All right, I'll make sure I don't get those mixed up. A goes on that side. And B goes on the other side. Whiskey, hot apple cider, and berry airborne. Oh, nice. You're doing that trick again, huh? Or that's what you're telling me to do because I sneezed once. No, I'm doing all right. It's just allergies. I think 16 plus hours of driving probably didn't help. A long drive. Round trip, that is. All right, let's clean these pieces up. So this is supposed to be a 400 grit, but it's a little more aggressive. It's probably slightly more aggressive, and then you get this here, which is my razor with the pieces of sanding paper that I have to cut and stick. It's also a 400, but this one sands a lot finer. So not always the same depending on manufacturers. Alright, so oops, I got some more pieces here to clean up first. And that's kind of on a curve, so I'm going to need a half round file for this one. Getting down to it, boys and girls. I'm going to try to finish this step before we close up shop for the night, but I do appreciate everybody that joined in and was hanging out with me tonight. Got a total of 6 people still watching. All from the tubes, the YouTubes. I don't think anybody watches me on Facebook anymore. But that's all right. And they don't watch it live, but they watch it later. Watch it live on the tubes. All right, just to soften that up. So that's on a curve. All right, let's see how this goes now. So, got this flipped over. This goes in here. So this looks like the shoulder joint, if I'm not mistaken. I really don't think there's any difference between these two, even though they come numbered differently. So I'm going to just make sure I put them in the same spot. And then this has to, okay, I see how this goes. This goes down on top of that pulley cap and finishes off the hinge. Like so. So now the cap can come out and swivel back, but there we go. Holds that cap in place. All right. Let's start wrapping things up here. So I hope this was as entertaining for you guys as it was for me, but a little frustrating, some fit issues. Will remain to be seen. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, suppose this was interesting. How is it going? Katie Baby coming in from Twitch. Kind of got some fit issues, so it's going okay, but I can see how this is going to be one of those kits that's going to have quite a few seams and some minor fit issues to contend with. But other than that, not bad. Sorry you're joining in right at the end here, so getting ready to wrap things up. Right at the end from what you're saying. What does that mean? Yeah, I finished up my live stream right about now. That's what I'm doing. So let's go back to down look here. So yeah, not a whole lot. We got the torso going together. We got the cockpit. This is the top half of that, which is just about ready to go on. after, next step will be dropping that into place. In the meantime, this next week, I will be trying to get some paint work done on the commission, which again is that little Warhammer Mini. It's a 42 millimeter Warhammer meets Dead Space, the video game. So the armor's kind of cool. It's got some good detail, and it's a 3D print, so it's really nice. I'm doing it for a friend, actually a guy I work with. His brother is one who's asking me to do it for him. So I'm going to try to get that clean tonight, and then, or not tonight, but this week, and then we'll put some primer on it and start putting the base color down, and then maybe just some enamels, and highlights. I've got a few Citadel paints, not a lot. I mean, I've got a lot, but not compared to all the Mr. Color stuff that I have in the rack right now. So anyway, with that, everybody, I appreciate each and every one of you that joins with me every week and hangs out. This is step one of the Dougram, and I'll go back through and say thank you to everybody that chimed in on the chat tonight. We got Julius, Angel, Nick, going on down, Oddmeister, thank you, Brian Danklau, great guy. You guys got to go check him out if you don't know who he is. He's Mr. Bro Builder on Instagram, and I'm not sure. I think he's got a YouTube channel as well. They also do a Built Sideways podcast, which is really, really good. Lots of different subject matters on that, and various things from the scale model building to the the stresses of things in life and stuff that come along with that. So at any rate, go check them out. Giovanni, I didn't see you sneak in there. I appreciate you as always. Getting down to the bottom here, and then we've got Katie Baby from Twitch. Again, appreciate all you. Hey Ken, you're you just decided to chime in right at the end there. Yeah, have a great night. We'll see you if you're working tomorrow. We'll see you there. Good night, all. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. Be good humans, and we'll see you next time. If you're on the YouTube, tap the like button and the subscribe button. You know how it works, and the bell reminder. So that way, every Wednesday when I come on, it's usually the same time every week. Only time I change things up is typically if there's a holiday or something like that. It's the only time I try to change or have to change things up. Normally it's every week that I'm normally on here every Wednesday. So same time, 6 p.m. Pacific. And anyway, take care, guys. See you on the flip.